Truth of the reality here is you aren't going to be happy no matter what this prize card was. Make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. Meet Another Verse Solaria. It is a Pyro normal monster with 25, 2000. So we are keeping those same stats across the board here. And this is the stellar god of another world. Harboring its twilight sun, his frozen flames leave a scorched trail across the dimensions, forever seeking new strength. Now, you're probably like, it's another vanilla monster. It burns. Like, that's all I'm going to read from, the infinite comments section out here. Going, it hurts. And then, the playmat. I'm not going to lie, like, this playmat, this is gorgeous. Like, I'm digging this. The trophy, I'm okay. I've never been a huge fan of the trophy. Believe it or not, like, this is the first, like, mat that I've kind of wanted out here for this. So, come over here. Sit down for a second. And we're going to talk about why no matter what this card was, no matter what came out of this, you as a competitor were never going to be happy. Now, let's get some things out of the reality of the situation here. Could this have been a stamped card? Yes, it could have. But the winner one, the ultra rare, does in fact say which YCS, first North American, YCS of the year is typically numbered on these cards. All right, like that's the thing. And okay, well, sure, that's really cool. But what about the super rares? They don't have to have a reason to label the super rares. All right, the ultras are technically, I know people are like, give us serialization. I mean, they're marking on the card, which was Konami's effort to alleviate that. It tells you which YCS it's from and why the card's important. That's good. I like that. All right, to me, that's fair enough. Now, number 2 out here. To most of the people that are looking at this prize support and complaining about this, and we're going to lump up most into this category here, the reality of the situation is most people are never going to come close to winning a prize card in their life. All right? Trust me, I've done it. The amount of rigorous time play testing, I might be a fossil, but I still did that shit 12 years ago. All right? I have a Dig Vorzak. Been there, done that. Had Maxi, been in my favor that day, I would have been at least second place at a YCS. But, variance does in fact happen out here. So, that being said, to the people complaining about this, more switches and things like that, you do know that there is a Switch 2 coming out here in the near future. And, suddenly, when those Switch 2s are sold out across the board, like, Konami's going to be like, oh, hey, we had Switch 2s, whatever. When they upgrade from, whatever to the next model out here, reality of the situation is, wow, that's going to look pretty good. And then the price support people are going to be like, wow, Switch 2s? I mean, I guess, you could have given me a PS5. I mean, sure, yeah. But I actively believe Konami has a deal out here with, Nintendo to be supplied with these Switches. It is what it is. I mean, EU's the one getting the PS5s out here for their events. So, just tossing it out there. Also, for all the Switches that have been circling around in circulation, wait 10 years and suddenly they'll be worth something. Look at all the GameCubes now. Look at all the, the Wii's and stuff 10, 15 years later out here for some of these ancient game consoles. You gotta hold for a little bit, but, if you got a stack of them, free money years down the line out here. Instant gratification doesn't have to turn around. It's always about the long game with these things. Number 3, I do believe at some point in the game's history, it doesn't have to be today, it doesn't have to be tomorrow, it's probably not going to be next year, we will more than likely see a way to make use of these Another Verse monsters. There will come a time where you will see something in terms of the support for these monsters, and whether or not, I mean, these cards look freaking fantastic out here in the air. Like, this card is pure gorgeous, in my opinion. Like, I love this. But still, to the people out here like, these vanilla monsters are terrible. If you're able to pick these current prize cards up at $300, by the way, I believe Glutonia, I just saw, was sitting at like $350. All right, another verse, a little bit more, or the Beyblade Dragon, the first one, a little bit more, but you gotta, let's give some consideration to these things out here. If you can get a Vanilla Monster prize card at $300 right now, as a collector, you know, like $350, I think holding that for the long term, people, the narrow vision here is, oh my God, I need it now. You're not thinking about, you know, 10 years down the line. You know, there was a time that the Darkin Dragon prize card was $300. It was garbaggio. It was nothing. Nobody wanted Darkin Dragon. Darkin Dragon was a joke to the player base as the final SJC card. Nobody wanted that garbage. Look at it today. All right. Look at the Dark Lord Supers as well. And there's a lot more Dark Lord Supers sitting out here than you might not ever actually imagine there being, because those were the prize cards for, what was it, the Younger Duelist out there for the Dragon Duels. Yeah, Dragon Duels had prize cards. There have been so many prize cards. Stop with the narrow, I need it now gratification. Think about, you know, I can sit on this for, you know, 4 or 5 years. We can get some actual funds out here. You know, this card will be worth something the further we get down, you know, the trail of things out here. And like I said, to all the champions out here, I mean, I think that this is a fantastic way to do things. Yeah, the card's not playable in its current incarnation as a vanilla monster, but who's to say that Konami can't come up with something once we get further into these monsters and we see these types actually doing this? Once again, you know, the Anotherverse is just the champions of the universe. Congratulations. You know, you won your prize card. Here is your thing. Yeah, okay, it's not worth $1,000 like some of these other ones where, you know, it's not a dueling. Actually, I think I was comparatively, I think the vanillas were worth more than Duel Link. And that's a story for another day. You're being handed a trophy in terms of long-term value and things like this. But once again, no matter what, the community was not going to be happy today. But I reassure you, Switch 2 will make things a lot better when it comes out. Amping up some PS5s would make people a lot more excited. I don't think there's any real complaints out here about that. Having those consoles that, you know, the more modern era things, you know, ramping things up for the excitement and the feel for that, I think would get people more excited. But it's a subtle change like that you're gonna have to do. The prize card thing, not a problem in my opinion. Once again, the saying what event it's from is the same thing as putting a serial number on the thing. All right, there's gonna be 12 of these things in circulation, and you can tell at the bottom of the card what event it's from. Easy enough by me. Okay, you did it, Konami. You found a way to serialize unique cards in the style of Yu-Gi-Oh! But the thing is, with the tunnel vision of the current player base, everybody's like, oh my gosh, it's so awful. You know, how could they do this? They can't see the unique and creativeness that Konami has tried to spin onto this product. But Konami, you can do better. You can drop some Switch 2s when they come out. You can put some PS5s into the current card pool. I think that would make people a lot more happy. And if we knew more of the intended plans for the Anotherverse archetype heading into the future, I mean, we're 3 years into this, 3 cards now, and by this time next year, you'll be able to get a Solaria really cheap. All right, that's the thing. That's how it is. that is the current modern era Yu-Gi-Oh! And, you know, to people wanting to make a living off of this, go be a vendor. You got plenty of ways to make money in this game. All right, they're there. You got to work for them. It's amazing to me. Just nobody wants to really, you know, I don't know, man. It's rough out there. So, no matter what, you aren't going to be happy with today's prize card. I think the card looks sick, but okay. Comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here later today, guys. Peace. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.